Hey guys, Golden Boy, we're back. Now then, as I was saying, so yeah, potentially setting up an antagonist for the next game, which I'm glad then, based on this dialogue with Moses just now, and also what seems to be the course for this game, possibly, that, you know, Sappy is going down a negative spiral where she might be inclined to hurt others by using her powers. Or just come back to tear the whole institution down of Paladin. And then also, people are aware of her. So, you know, her friends are aware of her, her essentially enemies, her mother who survived. That's something she's gonna be on the lookout for. As far as relationships go, I think we maintained a good, solid relationship with everyone. There wasn't any, like, negativity towards the end, or at least that I spotted. So everyone, like, you know, was there at the end to greet us and to hear us out, etc. And that could have been drastically different, depending on our other choices. And with Safi, she talked about going out and finding more individuals like her and Max. I wonder if she could really accomplish that, because, you know, I mean, these guys aren't just gonna announce themselves out there. But possibly with her powers, she might be able to. And to what end, I don't know. But that's a very interesting narrative they painted, and as a storyline that will continue on. And interestingly enough, I really wonder if at the time of release and at the completion of the game, if they ever announced it like right away, oh, there's going to be a continuation, because you were inclined to believe that based on the ending, yeah, there's going to be more Life is Strange, and then it's like, yeah, it would have been like very average to end the series like this. So I'm glad there's gonna be more, and we'll just have to see where that goes. And then also the angle of others besides, you know, Max's close confidants learning about her powers, as far as, you know, not even her family, not even Joyce. Obviously, you know, it was Chloe, but that was it. And now we have a group of students, her co-workers, colleagues, and also, you know, the antagonist, potentially, Sophia. And it's sad, because if it really comes down to it, I really wouldn't want to fight her in any shape or form, or, you know, come into conflict with Sophia just because she just doesn't deserve it. She's just in a negative mindset, and if it comes down to it, we do have to stop her, but I don't want to. And it sucks. But we also can't let innocent people get hurt, which appears to be, based on the small preview I saw, I tried to avoid too much, because obviously I felt if I saw too much of the trailers, I would get stuff from the previous game, from what little I knew, and, you know, I just wanted to avoid spoilers. But okay, I see. And again, Max's powers are, well, for now they're sealed. We'll see exactly how they come back into the fold, because obviously, you know, the timelines merged, so now it's just one, unless we diverge again. I don't know. Now, going into the game, I was a little apprehensive, you know, when I saw Max and, you know, hearing the voice, etc. But I had to really take it in. It's been many years since Arcadia Bay, and, you know, she grew up. The graphics are different, the art style just a bit, and, you know, once I took it all in, it's like, oh yeah, that's Max. Especially when she got into certain pieces of dialogue, I'm like, oh, that's the old Max I remember. And you know, the characters were fun, they were quirky. Except Lucas. Lucas sucked. Even at the end there, as sorry as he seems, he's just really terrible at apologies. And again, that really bugged me, the whole royalties for the book. Like, dude, either give 90%. Like I said, I would take in half in this message. You know, I'll give a percentage. No, half or 90%. And most people would also say, hell, no, just you don't deserve any credit for the book because it wasn't even your idea. But again, like I said, that should be up to you know the readers, his fans, and like you saw, quite a few actually did leave him, and you know the student body, his coworkers, ex-coworkers now, they just want him out of there, like get out. Yasmin, like I said, can you really define being overbearing as being a terrible mother? I don't know. Some people might debate that. I don't think it's terrible, because you know she was there, she was providing, being a mother for her life, but at the same time, very controlling, very overprotective, and it got to a point where it was detrimental to Sophia's life. Did she deserve to get shot? You could say that's, you know, the universe's own form of karma for what she's done. And when you really think about it and you dive into it, it's really terrible what she did to whatchamacallit. What she did to Maya. Because yeah, that was just dirty. To do that to your daughter's really good friend, best friend even, and knowingly create a narrative where she's painted as suicidal with mental issues. It's disgusting. And everyone else, Vin, you know, he yeah, I would say he's a coward because he just failed to really stand up and protect his friend and got sucked into get the promise of having a better position at both, you know, school and life, and that he let that opportunity take him, which is really unfortunate. He's not a terrible person. He's definitely a flirt. He's a menace, but he's not a terrible person. And then there's Gwen. Yeah, Gwen is just as bad as Yasmin. It's just as bad as Yasmin, but not as bad as Lucas. And the reason is because Gwen was her mentor. The person, you know, she believed in, who supported her in the creation of her paper, of her book. Sorry, of her poetry, my bad. And, you know, being surprised, hey, you supported me, but then you go behind my back and then crush my dreams, I guess you could, no. Her goal, her reason d'etre, I guess you could say. And, you know, just completely canceled it behind her back. When she was supposed to be the one person who would support her. Especially when she had a good handle on the situation between her, Maya, and Yasmin. So she really failed on that point. And hey, she realized at the end, you know, Safi was the one impersonating me. And you know what? Hey, I just take it. I deserve it. Fucked up, but hey. And good. She realized I did a terrible thing, like seriously terrible, and she felt all that. Thank God. Which was a good side to this whole storm phenomenon. And now she's gonna turn around and do right by her students, which is what she should have done at the beginning, but now she'll actually stand by that. So she's changed. Man, I think Max can see the two. Diamond was cool. I really like Moses' character. Moses is a really good friend, and he took the whole situation with stride. Obviously, very apprehensive at first when he saw supposedly that we were the ones who killed Safi, which we were at one point. I had to think about that one for a bit. Oh, no, we did. We did, sorry. Had to really think about that one. Yeah, because that was the dead timeline version. So it did happen there. And then obviously in the alive version, we prevented it. It didn't happen. But, you know, that's where we found out about Safi and her powers, and then eventually we reached that point where she has that confrontation with her mother, and then if that in turn leads to us parting ways, with Max staying at Kaladin, Safi going on her own, possibly to return and being our antagonist for the next game, which is crazy to think about. But yeah, really interesting ending. Music was great. And again, the game does a great job of, you know, really supporting player choice. You can play it however you want. Options are there, and my god, options are really there in this game for, like, compared to the other ones, as far as relationships. So, you know, you guys do you. But it's always going to be the player choice, so. And, you know, the whole thing with Amanda, it ended decently. And I say that because, you know, she was taken aback by discovering the two separate timelines, and also, you know, Max having abilities. And she really likes Max. But at the same time, she's apprehensive because of all this. And now they're, you know, taking some distance, taking some time apart. Not that they were really ever together, except for that one timeline. But, you know, they're gonna take a step back, reevaluate things, and, you know, it totally looks like Amanda is inclined to come back into her life. But now, doesn't seem like it's gonna happen because we have a reunion. And oh boy, that's gonna be some drama. And no one can even blame, I mean, this is Chloe. Amanda's amazing, but it's Chloe, guys. Unless, I don't know, they do something with her character, but no, it's not. It's crazy. Oh yeah, and the game, the mechanics of the game, they were fun, really well done. Artistically, very cool to see. Okay, is there anything else? Oh, we get another end credit scene. Is this at the lookout? Diamond, supposedly? No.
Shit. Shit.
We're gonna have to get you a blood transfusion.
What the fuck are you doing here?
You remember me. That's flattering. I've seen nosebleeds like that before. So you can run, or you can follow me and get some answers. Your choice.
Interesting. So Diamond, Max Caulfield will return. Okay, so that basically confirms the sequel game. And once you beat the game, got it. So Diamond gained an ability during all that. I guess it makes sense. I say that in the sense that, whatchamacallit? The storm, the powers colliding and everyone being caught in it, there was a possibility that it could have awakened people to powers. That's what I mean. Because, we have seen phenomena like that happen in other forms of fiction. All right, what are these choices? Safi, accept or reject Safi. I refused. Moses was proud of me, though. Safi feels like you have abandoned her like everyone else. Graffiti critic. Max critiqued graffiti in Blackwell bathroom. Okay. Finding Loretta. Yeah, I didn't see Loretta in the storm. I think I know what it was. I think I had to double back and switch worlds in the bowling alley back when I was with Lucas, and that would have done it. Bowling alley moment of reflection. Max reflected at the bowling alley. Nightstand librarian. Max looked at some books on the motel nightstand. Okay, I did. Chloe's lockpicks. Max reminisced on Chloe's lockpick set. Loretta's attitude. Loretta had a change of heart in how she reports stories. Loretta still pursues stories as doggedly as ever. Okay, change of attitude. Maybe we'll see that. Reggie's feelings. Oh, this is interesting. Reggie is upset you kissed Vin. Did not. Haha. Reggie and Vin have reconciled. Max didn't speak with Reggie in North Quad. Okay, so they reconciled. Abraxas election. Vin plans to run again. Gwen's next move. Gwen will keep fighting the committee's decision. Gwen accepted the committee's decision. Gwen chose to move on from Kaladin. Ooh, okay, most people got that one. Okay. Almost half. Yasmin's attitude. Yasmin voluntarily stepped down as president. I wish we could have gotten that. Yasmin fought the board to remain president. Didn't happen. The board forced Yasmin out of the presidency. Ooh, okay. That was the majority vote there. Okay, 82%. Post-storm moment of reflection. Max reflected in North Quad after the storm, talking to Moses about Safi. Max told Moses she'll be here if Safi comes back. Max told Moses Safi was justified in what she did. Max told Moses she wasn't giving up on Safi. Max told Moses that she's done with Safi for good. Oh, okay. I wish I would. I like that saying. Max told Moses she wasn't giving up on Safi. That's a good saying. Because, yeah, Max doesn't want to give up on her. She wants to be there for her if she's going down a negative path. But at the same time, she'll be here for Safi and she'll stop her if she steps out of line. So either one. Yeah, the majority did get that one. And then the other very few, 23%, did get the one if Safi comes back. Okay, and hardly anyone was done with Safi. Okay. And then what happens over here? Very interesting, though. And I'll admit, that was my thing. I was wondering how in the world Safi would even find people out in the world for, trying to figure out if they have powers or not. And the nosebleed is a good tell. I forgot about that. Well, I knew, but it just slipped my mind as far as, like, it being a clue. Pretty good, Safi. Man, okay, that was double exposure, guys. Not what I expected, but also better. Interesting. Good setup. Now the question is, can they follow through? We shall see. Anything else I want to say about the game? There's another comment I want to make, but I think I'll save it for a reunion. I want to see how the two games play back to back. But if anything, I will say, the game does respect player choice. You create your own journey on this game. your own path, your own story. So I do feel rewarded for one, I do feel rewarded for my choices, and also I appreciate the game letting me, respecting my choice and what I want to pursue with characters and whatnot. So I will say that about that. Anything else? What if we find one was enough now? We should have stayed. No, I think that's all I want to say. And yeah, I look forward to Reunion. I already have it here, and we'll be starting it tomorrow, whatever day this is in the time you're watching. But guys, this has been Golden Boy. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.